Hello, I'm Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com. The nights are drawing in and it is more dangerous to be out and about when it is dark. So there are real key tips and sensible precautions that you can take that will keep your children that much safer. Frighteningly, there are 28 children killed on their own driveway every single year, according to RoSPA figures. I know a situation at my cousin's school where unfortunately the mum didn't realise that the child had got out of the car and they ended up reversing out and they killed their own child. And that can happen. It can happen in daylight, but it's more likely to happen in darkness as well because of a visibility issue. This particular one was a distraction. The mum just wasn't concentrating. So that is an element too. We all need to be responsible and be 100% on our game as much as we possibly can. And we're busy. Now, key thing is visibility. If your children are visible, they are safer. So look at their school uniforms, look at what they're wearing. If they're wearing dark coats and carrying a dark backpack, put something on to increase that visibility. There is an awful lot of quite cool stuff that you can get. So there's stickers you can have, there's flashing key rings that they can hang off, there's fluorescent stuff that when they're not in the dark, it doesn't look, wow, I'm trying to be visible, but actually it's got fluorescent paint or stripes or something in there that when they are out and about, it will catch in bike headlights and car headlights and make them more visible. So really important, have a look, particularly this time of year, and just see, is my child able to be seen and easily spotted if they were to be on the edge of the road or whatever. Hold hands with small children. It's really tempted to let them whiz in front on a scooter. If they're whizzing in front, they are less visible and people don't always expect them to be there. They're expecting someone of a certain height. Teenagers, remind your teenagers that if they are walking along with the headphones on, preoccupied with their phone or chatting to their mates, that they are not fully engaged in what is happening. Every year, kids are killed on the road. In particular, this time of year when they've just started new schools, they're chatting, they're being cool, they dash across without thinking. Please have that chat with them and don't let your child be one of those injured or killed on the roads. It's so easy for them to think, oh yeah, well all my mates are doing it, and just not realise. Stranger danger, again, talk to them, not necessarily about strangers, but your kids getting mugged, they're more likely to get mugged in the dark. So talk to them about the routes that they take and the fact that if they are mugged, please encourage them to hand over their possessions. You can replace possessions. So tell them that you will not be cross if they've lost their brand new phone they've just taken in year 7, because it's far more important that they are safe. So think about the route they take. You may need to adjust it between summer and winter. Think about who they're walking with, who they're hanging out with, and have those chats up front. Remember as well on the roads that electric cars are very quiet. They cannot hear them coming. If they've got headphones in as well, they will struggle to hear any car coming. They should walk facing oncoming traffic. And your teenagers need to be visible too. I know my teenagers went through a phase where they want to wear dark. Dark is cooler, but actually dark may be cooler, but not if you're injured. So encourage them to have something on them that makes them visible. It's critical. Likewise with cycles. How many times have you seen people dressed in dark clothes on a bicycle whizzing around at dusk and when it gets darker, without lights, without spoke reflectors, without a bright helmet. You know, it is common sense that they need to look after themselves. Dog walkers too. Dog walkers, you're walking on parks and commons. Make sure your dog is visible. So, you know, you might want to consider a flashing collar or a coat or something so that if they dash off, you're not then going into the scrub to look for them, which then puts yourself at risk. Stick to light paths or well-lit paths. Do regular dog walking routes, again for your own safety and all sorts of other reasons too. You know, you are walk your dog where you are visible and they are visible. This time of year you've also got Halloween and bonfire night and lots of things which encourage people to be out in the evening. Yes, you've got a torch on your phone if your battery is good, but it's useful to take a small torch or a flashing torch or something so that you're not completely reliant on your phone. You might want to use your phone for something else. So think ahead, make sure you're always visible, and make sure that you have those chats with little children and older children. Remind them about road safety. Talk to them about potentials of muggings and things. Everybody should try and keep their wits about them because it is harder to spot people in the dark. Think about you know, driveway safety as well, and stay safe. Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com.